Okay, we're here at the Strawbees booth showing some of the weird stuff we're building. So this is probably the most advanced simple toy in the world. It's perfect for making and understanding how to make. So we have one of my favorite experiences. Right now we're not selling models, we're selling experiences that you can build. So for example, there's a marble run that teaches you conservation of energy. So you add kinetic energy and potential energy with the motor. The marble, which is a ping pong ball here, rolls down. And because the laws of physics govern us all, it will always be at the same time. So that's really fun. So that's actually one of the tinkering activities. So you start by just making sure the ball rolls down, and if it does that, it's going to be the same time on the 10th of a second. We're launching lots of crazy stuff where you start building mechanically, for example, but then you can turn your mechanical thing into an animal by just adding a couple of eyes. You see there? So you can actually just start the creative process by that. I also like shifting the eyes, so now we have some kind of fish, okay? And if you take the eyes and put them down here, it is a whale. Do you see the transformation? And then you can take the eyes and then put them back here. And then I don't know what it is, but it's a big-nosed fish. But it still has a mouth that you can operate. Examples of strange things. We also show what we want to engage in, especially in makerspaces and things. It's not about one system, it's about what you can do with the things you have like in your makerspace. So for example, Little Bits and Strawbees, they snap together. So this is, you want to see him in action?
Yeah.
This is the sleepy dog. That's also a very scared dog. So I'm going to just take the battery from here. So we take the battery, power him up here. And then he's going to wake up from his slumber immediately. But so now you can see here, we just clap our hands and he jumps up.
Very cool.
So that's one part of an activity that is for classrooms and for makerspaces. So if you make this, I want all the kids to do different dimensions on these things so they actually move differently. And if I change this, the little knob here, it's the amount of movement the dog does when he hears something. So now he's a lazy dog, just slightly, like, yeah, I hear the sound, but you know that. And then you can get him really, 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 really curious. It's all on, like that's an engaged dog. So we can do different kind of characters by just varying simple things. So these are the new things, like make creatures, which is the eyes you saw there. We also have feet, and I love showing the evolution of the creature. And the feet are. Here's one foot. There's the feet. So this is typical bird feet. You recognize these? Weird. Yeah. So then you can take your fish and let him walk out of the ocean by just snapping on their little feet. Like that. Take the other foot. And I love that we can be the crazy toy company. So because this is a hard sell. I love it. So there, look, balance, fish, out of water. Let's put the eye back in the front. Oh, actually you can use this as a balancing object. There, look, stands on its own, no problem. A little bit wobbly, like, now it's front heavy. So maybe you need to balance the eyes. And it's all about these activities. Now you see, perfect balance.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's the short version of what we're doing right now.
And what's this right over here?
This one? This is our robotics kit. You see, it's the QuirkBot. It's actually like a sister company to us. We're independent, but that's what the maker community is about, collaborations. So this is one of the first robots where we actually show smart straws. So you can see that I'm just calibrating him so he knows what pain is. He has sensitive legs. So this, you can see here, his legs are blue when it doesn't hurt. Then you can squeeze, and you see, like, you squeeze here, you see the arm, If you connect him to a computer, he starts saying,
Really, he does?
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't have internet here on my computer, but you squeeze this one, he says, and then you can break it. And then it hurts a lot, and he screams for a couple of seconds, and then it turns red. But that's all about the programming. We don't. This was a scientific project from Gothenburg, where we taught empathy robots. This is one of the empathy robots, because obviously this one doesn't feel anything. It's just straws and motors and a computer brain. but you feel that it feels something, and that's what empathy is about. So we actually talk through science and creative making. We could talk about empathy, which was really fun. There were lots of these. Some were freezing robots, some were just very, like this one, curious robots. They heard sound, they could smell smells, they could sense that there was water on the floor. So we used all the sensors we could find and turned the sensors into characteristics of the robot. So that's that thing. Yeah, towers, I love it. I love building high towers. So this is a kit that's coming out. It's called the Tower Kit, and 6 meters of tower. And as you can see, it's very sturdy, so I can build much, much higher. So this is a small version of the tower. And just, this is what I'm talking about when we're designing our new products. It's about the experience and not the model. So we go through, how do you make something big like this? How do you make the truss? And then you play around with it, and then you can start like building between towers and how far.
So can you show us how you would put together a joint like this?
Yeah, so this is actually a very simple joint. So if you have the kits from before, you can see it also stands on only 3 legs. If I take this off, it still stands. So this is the magic joint. So this is a version of it. So I have 2 ones, but you can disregard that if you don't want to. But because basically the easiest way to build this structure is having 3 2s on a 1. Does that make sense? Like you can see here now, if I take it apart. So let's find another 2 here. Just building it from scratch. So to build a truss like this, you build it flat on the ground. That's the secret. So we're going to share this online soon. And then you make these connectors. So you and your friends, you mass produce these. So you have lots of these which have 6 legs on. And because they have a give, it's much easier to build this. And then you just start connecting them flat on the ground. So if you want to see this, I can actually unfold this tower. If you want to see, unzip the tower.
Unzip the tower?
You want to see it?
Oh, okay.
So then you get the instruction, then you can start replicating immediately.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't take long. You might feel, because it's a very different way of constructing a tower. And that's what we want to show. So I'll have to go out here. Because the tower is big. So let's go unzipping the tower. So this is how you build your structure. So you build it flat. You can actually fold it over so it lays flat because of gravity. Oh, now it's a tunnel. Innovation. But if we flatten it out, you can see here. So I have an extra straw there just to make a triangle, but this is the basic principle. So if you just have a video of this, you see that it looks like that. So you build flat, because then you make sure that everything is level and everything's connected in a nice way. So it's everything in one plane like this. And then you go about zipping it up. So now you've seen the...
No, we'll come back and pick up the
this is really magical when you do this the first time. You never think it's going to stand as tall as you built it flat. So you can just continue building. And then you have to be like 3 or 4 people if you're going to build the full length one, so you can help each other lifting it up without it cracking. So now we just zip up the tower. And with this, the nice thing about this one is you don't have to cut your straws the first time you build it. So you can just try out this particular construction and it's going to work. Oh, I think that's the wrong one. Yeah, that was good. Oh, I unzipped the tower a little bit more again. So that's all the way. Now you got the full instruction of building a high-rise. And then I put, as you can see here, this is the secret part, the ends. I just added a cross beam to make it get a bit more square center section, cross section. So this is going to be in the next year's kits. The new one's coming out this fall. But if you have the regular kits, you can build most of these. The reason that this is a good kit is because you get loads of 1s and 2s. And as old Strawbees Pro constructors know, it's the 1s and 2s you want.
What are the 1s and the 2s?
Yeah.
What are they?
This is the one. Just trying to get it out there. This is the one.
Okay.
And this is the 2, you see it. It has 2 legs. So the 1s and the 2s are the magical parts. They can make anything. So you don't actually need any of the other ones if you want to build anything. But we use the 3 and the 5 to build faster.
Oh, okay.
Basically, so it's just to be able to not always have to build your connectors.
Oh, okay.
But you learn more if you make your connectors yourself. But that's a little bit, first time you build, you start connecting the multi-legged pieces. And then you get more and more savvy and you start switching over to 1s and 2s.
So this is one kit?
Yeah, the tower kit. But you can build this with your Crazy Scientist kit easily.
And how much is this going to be?
How much? 40-ish. Yeah, $40. 6 meters of tower. Go out, build it higher than your house if you're out in the house. If you're in an apartment building, you can go out and build up along people's windows and see what they say. It's also fun. So we want it to be engaging play that. And then you start taking it down and making 2 towers and then making a tower in between and you have a soccer like goal. There's lots of experiments to be done. And then if you take apart your tower, you can make a Mobius strip. So do you know the Mobius strip? We love showing mathematics, and so this is a surface that only has one side. You can make it in paper, but you can also make it in Strawbees and make it huge.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then you have to see the flexagons. There's so many things. This is also for workshops. So this could be like an advanced level. Like the library in Oslo, in Norway, they had a workshop with 20 kids building hovercraft like this. So let's see where's the This is actually RC kit, where you build your fins from cardboard. You connect to cardboard with straws, with your Strawbees, and everything is cardboard and trash bags. And then you make really fun. Really fun hovercraft experiments. So, because the expensive part is you can adapt that, so you can have like kids building 5 different skirts with cardboard and trying out lots of different fins, and then just snapping the motor mount onto their next. So this just snaps on with Strawbees. So you can shift and build lots of little
Does the
skirts.
kit come with this?
It comes with everything, protection, the controller and batteries and the charger and everything.
Oh, and how much is that kit? About?
80 to 100 somewhere. And it might be really, really fast. So depending on how you build it, it can be very, very fast. It's fun. And because it's cardboard, it doesn't break. Or if it breaks, it's cardboard.
Yeah.
So then you just make another skirt. So the worst thing that can happen is like the propeller goes, then you just get another propeller as standard. So everything else is just super robust. It's made to be able to investigate and like play for real. If you like, just imagine the races. You can design different tracks, and because it's lightweight, they can jump really far at high speeds and still don't break. So we encourage investigative play and constructionism. So that's about it. There's more, but now I'm getting overhyped myself with everything here. But yeah, this is one of the new instructions that's coming out. You just need to see this. This is a kaleidocycle. Very hypnotizing. And this is because it's modular, you can just continue adding 2 of these pieces and you can build it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, cool.
So you can actually make these in paper too. And I love, if you like,
I've seen them in paper, but I can never figure it out.
No, but one nice thing to do in makerspaces like that is actually introducing simple things like these things. But if you make them in different systems, like at least like paper, If you find plastic, you can do that too, but it's much more job. And if you make it in Strawbees, then you start seeing what is it that I need to achieve to make this work. So if you have multiple systems, the brain has a much easier time to actually understand the object. Otherwise, it's just paper magic or Strawbees magic. And when you see it in both paper and Strawbees, then it's less magic. There's still magic because it looks fun, but you start getting
From magic
how
to
it
math.
works. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. That was that was us.